referee for this one. This is the heaviest the rain has been all night. We're underway game 3 of Super Saturday. Rabbitohs and Seagulls, and Davey Moali on the first hit up. A little bit of a touch of players against former club Sean Kepi here against the Manly Seagulls tonight. Jackson Barlow out in the centres for Manly. Against the club he made his debut. The Rabbitohs' first use of the ball. Jye Arrow on the run. There's enough of their big names here. No Mitchell, no Cameron Murray, but there's enough of the big stars here for the Rabbitohs that they start favourites in this one. 10 short of halfway. Cook left, they'll kick early with Whiten long. He put just a touch on that Jack Whiten, and that has gone, sadly for him, not fatal by any stretch, but over the dead ball line for a 7-tackle set.
He does strike the ball beautifully, Jack Whiten. They've got options tonight kicking. Cody Walker, of course, general play kicker, but a left footer again. South's a chock full of left footers, but Jack Whiten will be called upon to get the ball out of their own end.
By the time that finished rolling, that Whiten kick was 75 metres. It's quite a first strike. Jack Whiten in the number 6 for the Rabbitohs. Manly's first use now, Sipley on the run. One of the battered brigade. There's a few players playing that probably an eyebrow raise that they backed up this week. Here's another one of them.
Well, Corey Waddell came out before the game. He was the only Manly player to warm up outside, and I thought he was doing a fitness test, Andrew, and it didn't look good. But Corey Waddell, who hobbled his way through the win against the Dragons, and I thought there was a bit of a limp when he took the ball forward then.
I swear he's got a bit of a hobble after that first run. We'll go down to Jake in a moment. Brown, powerful run. Taken low down by Kepi. You say the rain got heavy, it's got heavier now. And Brooks with a bomb. Testing conditions for all catches tonight. Gray doesn't get the ball. Hopewadi does for Manly, but they're saying no touch by the Rabbitohs.
Boy, he went closer than you thought he was going to there, Lehigh Hopewadi.
They're going to claim Rabbitohs got a touch in here somewhere. Look,
well, it did. It hit Jye Gray.
Challenging the on-field decision of last tackle changeover. I believe there's a touch.
100%.
I thought it bounced off the shoulder of Jye Gray into the hands of Lehigh Hopewadi.
They're going to get the ball here, man.
We've cleared play into the lead-up.
As long as Hopewadi didn't get a touch there. His left hand does come through onto the shoulder there of Jye Gray.
The angle on Gray trying to catch that ball. Little Jye Gray.
Lehigh's left hand touches the ball then ricochets into Jye Gray.
That's an ugly result because this
is a knock-on.
This is a night where you want to challenge up your sleeve.
Yeah, that wasn't how it was set up by the referee. Butler, he just thought no touch from South Sydney. Manly held on last tackle, and it's ended up burnt challenge for Manly 2 minutes into the contest. So South Sydney with the ball. Won't be the last kick that comes.
Boy.
Jye Gray's way. You're convinced or not?
No, not convinced.
Not convinced. No, it's good.
We could spend half an hour looking at it and still not be convinced either.
So Rabbitohs with Kalal Matangi. His form is back at origin level based on the last month. Big numbers and quality as well. Kepi another run. Just tucked under the wing. It's not really a night for offloading inside your own half unless you want to roll the dice. Solid from Manly there. Waddell was the first man in. Good contact on Arrow, on halfway. Rabbitohs will kick again. Through Whiten. A swirling bomb. A crossfield ends up on the chest of Luke Brooks,
who did a great job in the end because it was a tough one, Andrew. You're right. The swirling kick from Jack Whiten, a toughie.
Let's go down to the sideline, Jake Duke.
Good evening, gentlemen. Another wet and wild sideline here at Accor Stadium with the rain getting heavier and set to continue throughout the evening. South Sydney, they have won the past 6 games over Manly here at Homebush. But Seagulls coach Anthony Seibold described this game as a free throw at the stumps, considering the injury and origin toll that they have. And as you mentioned, guys, Toff Sipley and Corey Waddell carrying injuries into this one, both described by Anthony Seibold yesterday at their captain's run as doubtful as even playing. So they're pushing through the pain so Manly can fill the team here tonight.
Yeah, a bit of adversity. Another bomb from Brooks. Gray into the picture. Oh, he had it. I think he lost it.
10 metres offside.
Oh, Manly offside. Gray with a bobble that bobbled towards Jacob Gagai. It could have almost been a South Sydney a penalty against the Rabbitohs for offside, but the Manly chasers were offside. They've got to be better than that.
Yeah, they do, because this is an area where they can really take advantage of the... Well, he's small in stature, Jye Gray. They can get up over the top of him if they time their run properly. Jye Gray he'll be tested all night in the wet and the fact that he is shorter than most of the blokes out there.
Statement of fact, South Sydney are 10 short of halfway. So Cook isn't going left. Kalamatangi just steadies up for Kepi. Very busy early. Sean Kepi, his third carry. Cook. Back right, Kalamatangi. Walker just slows it up for G-Cam to be the inside runner. Now they're 10 metres inside the Manly half. On the front foot with Kalamatangi. Really has made the 13 his own. Last tackle here for the Rabbits. This time the kick will come from Walker. It's a misfire, a little longer than he intended. Still comes down centimetres short of the goal line. And it's Jackson Barlow bringing it back for Manly.
Just wondering if Jackson Barlow knew where the try line was there. I'm sure if he put a foot, just slid his back foot just slightly back, he makes contact with the try line, and that would have been a 7-tackle set there. Off the side of the boot from Cody Walker.
You'll see a lot of this tonight. Outside backs coming in feet up. There it was. Randy right about that. And Chris Butler all over it. But in this set alone, all the outside backs have come in for carries. And Hopewadi adds to it. Pokes his nose through the front line there. Hopewadi growing in confidence. 4th game in the top grade. Another bomb from Brooks. Takes Gray out of the picture. Down to Gagai. Yet another one of the inexperienced brigade tonight. Just his 7th match in first grade. And one for Kennard. Got a couple of tries in Vegas, actually. Richie Kennard, I think he got the first one, didn't he? Richie Kennard, or was it Gagai? They were officially the first try scorers in Vegas now, as Whiten stretches across for Gray. Oh, shot. Wow. Tommy Talau. Terminator Tommy there. That was solid. For an elusive runner to be taken out of the play like that. Whiten is the kicker again for South Sydney from 5 inside his own half. Hopewadi underneath it. Manly begin to set outside their 20, so they're going set for set at the moment. Just that one captain's challenge lost by Manly, I guess you'd describe as the only blemish so far. Aaron Shop on the run. A couple of games for the Titans this year, but into the back row. Club debut for Manly. Now Saab. So conservative football, but not surprising at this point. Then for Waddell. That's the 4th for Manly. Simpkin, another one of the former Tigers. Brown on to Lawton.
You did well there, Carl Lawton. Hard to take a ball when the defence is on you in these sort of conditions.
Brooks bomb out towards Gagai. Doesn't get anywhere near the jump. Barlow kept it alive. Manly big chance. Still the last tackle. Waddell comes up 5 short of the line with Walker, the defender for the Bunnies.
Well, throwing a high ball up again, and this time coming up with it, the Manly Seagulls. Nice hands between the players. Boy, that's a great take. That is a fantastic take.
All right, so it's been all Luke Brooks bombs at the moment for Manly, and everything down to the right corner of South Sydney or thereabouts with Gray and Gagai, the men under pressure. Cook on the scurry, caught them offside. That's a win for the Rabbitohs hooker there.
Yeah, spotted the markers not square and just made the decision easy for the referee there. Damien Cook, smart play. Get out of their own end courtesy of that penalty.
It's exciting, the young fullbacks in a game today. If you're watching Fox League for game 1, Gianna Kinney today, fantastic again, fullback. And tonight we get to watch young Hopewadi and Gray.
Oh, he mightn't be young, but Trey Fuller was very good
Trey Fuller last night. He can put together a decent highlights reel. Great to have Pappenhausen back for Melbourne. And South Sydney now with Kepi. 20 away from the Manly line. This is where the expectation of Cody Walker putting his fingerprints on all things good for the Rabbits. Moali to play 11 out. Cook takes the right side, right to the line. Walker went the short ball to Jye Gray. Now Cook. And South Sydney just march through with Richie Kennard. A total breakdown for Manly on their goal line defence. South's first visit to the Manly 20 reaps reward.
That was a great take, and we just spoke about the difficulty of taking a ball in wet conditions when the defence is on you, and Damien Cook had faith in Richie Kenner that he would take that one, hit him nice and flat and hard with a pass that just separated the Manly defenders.
Yeah, Harvey Norman replay, not flattering for Manly's defence, is it?
Well, they had someone, and that was Tolu Kola, out of the line there, making a play at the ball. Still not an easy take for Richie Kenner.
So the rain pelting down, and Kenner, you wouldn't call him a prolific try scorer, but he's already got a couple of career doubles against Manly in South Sydney colours. And one of those was in Vegas, and now he's the first try scorer here tonight. And here it is, the moment of truth for Cody Walker, who only has 10 goals in the career and hasn't kicked in 8 years, and perhaps he hasn't had a practice shot in 8 years.
Well, sure, I'm sure he's done some work through the week, and there we saw the try again. Richie Kenner beautifully held up there. Damien Cook, Tolu Kola off his try line, really making a play. There's a low percentage play from Kola, normally a very good defender. There's the kick from Cody.
Oh, Jake on the sideline. Cody looked like a player who wanted that over and done with quickly, that first kick.
Yeah, not a good omen there for Cody Walker in his start to goal kicking. But just down Damien Cook, guys, big week for him. It was officially announced he was released. As we're seeing the referees getting some work done, we might have to have a changeover of referees. I'll keep an eye on that. But Damien Cook obviously announced during the week that he was released from the last year of his deal with South Sydney to join the Dragons. It's not what he wanted, but South Sydney couldn't match the multi-year security offered by St George Illawarra, but he sets up their first try there.
Jake, you got a spare whistle in the car, mate?
Totally, I just spoke to you.
Always ready, bossy.
Okay. Told us before the game, Jake, he's been hitting them well too, the goal kicking efforts.
Down the park, he's been kicking.
Well, face to face with Daryl Halligan this week. He's a must watch. He's a great character, and Jake apparently
inspired Jake to go down the park.
Exactly.
And kick some
Daryl
goals.
gave him a kicking tip, and away he went. Hit them well. Now Kepi with the ball for the Rabbitohs, but that's face to face to come up next week on Fox League with the great Daryl Halligan. Now Kaloamatangi for the Rabbits inside the 40. Dangerous here for Manly. Rabbitohs with their tails up. Davey Moali almost a shepherd behind Kepi there. But they look fairly dialed in, the Rabbitohs, to their game plan here. Kepi went through the fingertips of Walker. Back goes Whiten and cut down by Talau. Now Cook, Walker, stab to the corner, turns Saab around, slides back, gee, sprints into the in goal. That is quite bizarre. Has he taken that ball 5 metres short of the line and then sprinted up like a computer game glitch? He was going the wrong way. Here he goes. He sprints to the in goal.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Why didn't he put the brakes on? At least he stops before the try line, and granted, it's a tough run, but very strange to be running into the in-goal area like that.
So now, short drop out, and they've gone down the middle. Well, that's a misfire as well. Easy catch for Whiten. It's one thing to kick straight, but you've got to chase it. So Manly's got some issues at the moment, and the Rabbitohs looking to capitalise. Kaloamatangi through the Simpkin tackle. 10 away from the Manly line. Cook, they go short for Moali. And it really is a case of all hands on deck here for the Maroon and Whites. As Cook, right side, Walker step, kick, ricochet, double legs, picked up by Kola. And that went from one Manly leg to a Rabbitoh leg, and then Kola was almost away.
And it was Luke Brooks who made the first contact with the kick from Cody Walker there, and did a great job to just stick that left foot out, make contact with the ball, and just watch Luke Brooks here.
Yeah, full extension.
Played on it, yeah, purpose. There's some meaning behind it.
It was more than trap and scrap. That. Now Saab with the ball for Manly. 9 metres inside their own half. Relieved to have possession. South Sydney had a little rush there. They've had 66% of the ball the last 6 or 7 minutes. Seagulls up on halfway on the back of set restart. Brown with a bit of ball play there. Ben Trebojevic caught by Walker. Not a bad little set this one for Manly. Brown in for Waddell. They look like they're prepared to graft and grind here tonight, Manly. Now Brown, ball there for Sipley. Brown, the ball player.
Well, Brett Brown's touched the ball all 3 plays. Here he is again, gets it the 4th time.
Left side for Brooks on the spin. Back towards the post. Watch out. Oh, boy. The bear hug, the buddy hug from Kepi on Brooks. It was lights out. Simpkin, oh, not a good ball. Talau, scoop up, one-hander, kick through. Johnston has it back for the Rabbitohs. Nathan Brown, that was quite a set, wasn't it?
Lots of tuck. Well, 4 out of the 5.
I'll tell you where I've seen him do that, and it's different standard. It's playing for Italy at the Rugby League World Cup, where he sort of becomes halfback, middle forward, touches the ball and has a bit of skill. The Italian international. Now the ball with Gagai for the Rabbitohs. 1 try on the board. Richie Kennard, the scorer. Here's the king of a core. Alex Johnston looking to add to the career tally of 86 here tonight. Whiten kicks from the 30. Butler was checking the contact on kicker, all clear. Jackson Barlow to bring it back. And Manly have it 15 metres inside their own half. The Rabbitohs completion rate to start the game, 10 from 10. Manly, mind you, are 6 from 6 in the wet. That is admirable from both teams. Lawton. Carl Lawton, first game in his career, starting in the halves, 95th match of his career. Ball across, Brooks, off Waddell, and then Hopewati on to Kohler.
Oh, that was risky.
That was risk.
That was risky. Plenty of South Sydney players around Collie Kohler then.
Short clock's on.
You've just given them both raps for the completion rates, no errors. Just look at the South Sydney players around. Even if the pass sticks, even if Lehigh Hopewati's able to take that, there's a South Sydney player there to make the tackle. And of course, have to be a little bit more circumspect than that.
But if you missed it, Manly already cooking their captain's challenge. So if there's any contentious call, there'll be nothing in the bank for them. It was lost early. So Rabbitohs scrum, 12 inside their own half. And White and it is on to Gray. Smothered there nicely. We've seen Gray right from the pre-season challenge in the Charity Shield at Cogra. He was outstanding. You're going to enjoy him if you're watching him for the first time tonight. The Rabbitohs #1. He's a mover. Back to the task, the Rabbitohs playing the conditions well. Cook with it. On for Kaloamatangi. There is Walker. Delivers short. Manly's defence under pressure. Kohler did enough. Walker on the end of it. Now Gagai. Centre field for Jye. Hit and spin, but no offload. And that is tackle number 5 for Souths. Teaming down rain. Walker with it. Time to poke it over the top. Hands are there. Ball is loose. Manly come up with it.
Up here, Manly.
Referee Butler has a knock on against the Buddies, so Manly get to come back to the 10.
Yeah, probably needed it just a little bit higher there from Cody Walker. Just give you time, you chase. I'll tell you what, Jye Arrow goes straight through his hands. There wasn't a Manly player close enough to pull him up. If he catches that,
just about plunges over, doesn't he? So Manly back with it, hanging on at this point, but South Sydney definitely with a better of play. And a completion rate that is 11 from 11. Sea Eagles 15 inside their own half. It's going to be a bit of a grind night. The conditions have worsened. Ball with Brown. Sea Eagles get moving right. Whiten was there in defence on Tommy Talau. And then another lost ball there from Manly under heavy defence. That's going to please the Rabbitohs. It displeases Nathan Brown. Referee Butler right into the middle of it.
Well, after starting the match perfect, 6 from 6, they've made errors now. The last couple of sets, Seagulls, and that's just good contact on the ball. That's where contact needs to be on a wet night. You get the shoulder into the ball, and quite often it'll do exactly that.
Now we've got a little bit of simmering tensions up in the front row. A bit old school this. There we go. Sean Kepi, former Manly player, is smiling. It's more grimace than smile.
Nathan, top. Take a step back.
Jeez, there's some talk
Take
out
a
there.
step back now.
Are there some wasted words here?
It's going to be a penalty. Heads down.
Have a go.
Save your breath, boys. Save your breath.
Exactly. What is the point? Just have a cuddle and let's play on.
Heads in. Let's go.
Hello, we're broken up again.
Come off. Break.
Well, that's a shambles. Gray's with the ball for the Rabbitohs.
Then release.
You won't get that time back in your life. Solid again. Brown has wound up. Really playing a leader's role tonight for the Seagulls. A good pick-up he's been. Nathan Brown. Now Kaloamatangi. Brown that time in defensive role. Set restart. Rabbitohs. Walker out the back for Whiten.
Shop out of the line, yeah. Shop out of the line to make that stop. He saw that Jack Whiten was coming around the back.
Then for Moali. Moali and Kepi doing very good things for the Rabbitohs early. 7 hit-ups each. Good start. Kaloamatangi now. Walker with it. Almost intercepted for Kola.
No advantage.
Not quite on tonight, Tolu Kola.
Wheel up.
Another night he might catch that and go 80.
Well, he's showing a like to go for the ball and not the man again. Saw the pass coming from Cody Walker. Jye Gray was flat.
Well, it's all pressure on Manly here. South Sydney may have something ready to go straight from the scrum. Walker's on the left side, so is Whiten. And they break away to the rights. Gray sold it well, the fullback. Now Cook. Kepi will take another run. He will play it 5 metres away. Rabbitohs maybe bearing in on their second try of the night. Whiten, and hasn't run himself. So close to the line, simply over the top. Now Cook clears it away. Walker drifting for Gray to run. Perfect for the fullback. He'll do that all done. Gray, he has a try in the NRL. Beautifully done by the South Sydney fullback. And the Rabbitohs their second, but it's a big moment for Jye Gray.
Well, very exciting player, and he came into the side round 7, 8 and 9, picked up an injury in round 9, but showed everyone just how exciting he can be with when he gets his hands on the ball. Jack Whiten goes awfully close after a bit of footwork to get past some Manly defenders. They shift the ball right. Cody Walker just slows things down, drags them in. Jye Gray, we give him space. He is lightning quick.
First try in the NRL to Jye Gray. And I don't know about you, Brandy, but I do like the little guys. I think they continue to fly the flag in the game of the big imposing athletes that we have. It is so good that the little guy can still stand up and stand tall in the NRL.
I think everyone's got a soft spot for the little guy, Andrew, and you only have to go through the competition, the little guys. So, and I'm sure that they're favourites amongst fans from other teams that watch players like Jye Gray play in the NRL and shine in the NRL. It's terrific.
Second kick for Cody Walker. Hello. A little interruption, that's not going to help. What happened there for Cody? Again, he looks like he wants to get it over and done with. He's not mucking about. It doesn't take any time. Go, Cody, go! Well, that's improvement. That's improvement. Still none from 2. Jake on the sideline.
Jye Gray's been so impressive since he entered first grade. In his first 2 games, he ran for 150 metres and 175 metres with a combined 8 tackle bust, so size doesn't bother him. He is strong as they come. The Rabbitohs re-signed him after his debut, so he's in their plans for the coming years. And interestingly, the Rabbitohs, they've lost their last 6 games when Latrell Mitchell is missing at fullback. Young Jye Gray filling in for him tonight with Latrell on origin duties, doing a great job, giving South an 8-0 lead.
His first couple of games, 8 tackle busts. Sort of straight away showed he belongs, or has the confidence, the belief that he does belong. And Moale brings it back. We might get some goal-kicking tips from Brandy shortly on what he's observing of Cody Walker, because that is the quickest routine I think I've seen from any kicker in the NRL. I suppose if you've got no routine, well then why take a length of time? No point go to the back of your mark for no reason.
Goal kicking might be important tonight, too, Andrew.
So the Rabbitohs again dialed into what they've been doing all night until then. Their first mistake. It was looking for 15 from 15 on the completed set front, and Walker puts it down.
Well, Manly trailing the penalties 3-0. They've made a couple of errors themselves, and they just needed something to change the momentum of this game. And that could be it. The first error that South have made, scrum 35 out.
Really liking the work of South Sydney, and you can just call it basic, straightforward, but Moale, Kepi, and then they bring Tom Burgess on, Tallis Duncan off the bench. They've got a lot of things sorted out the last month, the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, the middles just beat Brisbane up last week, and they were great. You mentioned their bench. Tallis Duncan, Tom Burgess were fantastic for them.
So now they've got to do a bit of defending, the Rabbitohs. Manly quick play the ball with Dell. Nice shape about their attack. Out the back for Hopperwhite. He just fed it along. And Rabbitohs defence equal to the task. On shop, 10 away from the line. Saab to Lau. To centre field for Simpkin and Brown. Impressive from Manly. Brooks out the collar. Looking to stand up Kenner. Walker able to assist in the tackle. That's 4 for Manly. Brooks and Simpkin and Brown. Here they go. They've gone right to left, left to right again. Hanging on is Whiten. Suddenly Manly flick a switch with their attack. Not a great ball there for Talau. For Brooks now to put up the ball. Not his highest. Out to the centres. Lost by the Rabbitohs. Gagai. There'll be more pressure on the red and green. Well, that was a pick-up from Manly.
Yeah, it was. Big sweeping plays. Sideline to sideline. They need someone to square things up and take the line on a little bit earlier than just passing the ball across the line. And Lehigh Hopewadi thought he'd do that. Took on Jack Whiten. The kick was good enough from Luke Brooks to force the error. He needs to get them a little closer to the try line, but they will take that and they'll take the next set.
They've got Brooks on the right side now. South Sydney adjusting numbers to how Manly are lining up. From the scrum, Lawton, or Simpkin it was, who did a bit of burrowing. Lawton now into dummy half. And then on for Sipley. South Sydney's defence much maligned until the last month. They have still conceded 31 a game. Let's see if they can stay on track. Simpkins out of dummy half for Brooks. Trebojevic, it's a beautiful tackle by Walker. He's going to love that. He's forced a mistake from Trebojevic. And with no challenge, tell your story walking, Ben.
It's amazing how, and defence is attitude, and that was a great shot from Cody Walker, down low, jarring the ball free from Ben Trebojevic. Defence shows how badly you want to win the game, and South Sydney have been showing that over the last 3 weeks. Therefore, that's led to them winning and chalking up 2 points. Tommy head down after another Manly error, and an opportunity there to reduce this scoreline. They had a couple of sets. Turn it cheaply over.
Sydney back with the ball. Tane Milne on that run. These are good conditions for him. Such a rugged runner of the ball. Tom Burgess gets his first football of the night. Moale, really impressive first stint. 9 hit-ups, 78 running metres, 14 tackles as well from David Moali and Kepi also to the bench off the back of 8 hit-ups and 12 tackles as well. So the starting front rowers do their job. And now Duncan and Burgess come into the fray for the Rabbits. We've got Duncan and Gray there with the white headgear. Last tackle, Bunnies. Now with Cook. He's done more of the kicking tonight. Long and high here. Sub to it. 5 metres out from his own line. Manly down by 8 points to 0. 2 tries, both unconverted. Cody Walker, a bit of a dodgy proposition in that department. Brooks feeding it along nicely. Trebojevic on to Kola.
Oh, great tackle.
That needed to be made, Whiten, over that side of the field. And then, well, South Sydney have taken that ball down. Manly will get it. South Sydney taken that into touch. There was no knock-on from Manly.
He had to get to him quick, Jack Whiten, because that was Tolo Kola. Another yard or two and he was gone, but Jack Whiten full stretch to make that stop.
That's great from Whiten. There's an effort area that you saw right there. Manly now, Bullimore on the run. By the way, we're running the microscope over the Rabbitohs goal kicking. Remains to be seen how Manly handle it. Could we have a night when there are no goals kicked? Brooks with the ball on halfway. Trebojevic just clipped on the way through by Cheekham. Forward pass on a dummy half. Oh, that's sloppy from the Seagulls.
Yeah, he's an experienced dummy half, Jake Smith, and he should have known. Brooks was creeping forward. He took a step out, and Cody read it. That's
I remember working with Danny Vidiris in the chair that you're sitting, Randy, and Danny, master of dummy half play. He said, when you make that decision to suddenly go short side, you do have to take a step out, then pass. You can't just pass, get up and change what you're going to do. You'll end up with that result. So a master of the craft, take a step up before unloading. It didn't look good on the replay, did it? Completion rate for Manly down to 62% as a result. Dallas Duncan on the run here for the Rabbits. He will wear the headgear in his first stint, and later in the game there'll be no headgear, which is a little odd. Out it comes from Milne for the Bunnies. Close to the sideline there. Might have pinged badly had they taken him all the way over the sideline. Centre field for Kaloa Matangi. I think now is where South's fans are expecting. It is Cody Walker time with 10 to go until half-time. Whiten's kick, fielded on the full by Saab. Chasers all there for the Bunnies. And Manly caged in a corner.
Well, you can understand them kicking down this side of the field too with Jason Saab. Just watching him try and turn around then in the wet. He looks awkward. I just keep kicking to Jason Saab, keep turning him around.
Just saw Caleb Navali on screen. He's about to take his first run here. Nerves would be pumping. Already played Test football for Fiji in the Pacific Championship at the end of last year. But there he is. He has his first carry in the NRL. Simpkin, good run. Back up towards halfway. Last tackle, Manly. Not a bad set out of trouble, that one. And then Brooks kicks long. Jye Gray with the ball out from his own goal line. Back he comes. Almost trips himself over there, Jye Gray. He's looking to get into top gear. Johnston off for 10 metres for the Rabbits. So both teams, they've done as well as they can do in the conditions. They're going okay, and it is only 8-0 down, but I'm pretty sure they'd like something on the board before half-time. Slow to play the ball on halfway. Kaloa Matangi takes his 10th carry of the night. And last it is for the Bunnies here. Walker will be the kicker this time. The left foot one's going to be close to the sideline. From Cody Walker, caught on the full. No worries about letting the ball bounce. Jackson Barlow, he attacked the football.
Gee, that was courageous there for Jackson Barlow. No room to work with. Took it on the full almost got past the South Sydney chase. Just watch this. Oh, that's pretty clever.
So this is a big moment for South Sydney these next 8 minutes as well, looking to keep an opponent scoreless again. The worst attack, or rather the worst defence in the comp, suddenly have turned things around statistically.
That's changed, Andrew. Over the last month, the defence has changed. The attitude's changed.
And they keep a clean sheet in this first half. Manly with the ball here. Fending away was Lawton. Angled run, then a Shepherd. And just pulls up and submits in the Walker tackle. If he had have advanced the ball, would have been penalty. Back for Brooks. A bomb. Hopewadi will lead the chase. Gray's there, fullback on fullback. And the young South Sydney #1 comes up with the ball. Jye Gray to bring it back. So Manly have steadied the ship in terms of their handling, and they look better for it, but still no points.
And I'd say the best option so far, if you're thinking how are Manly going to come up with some points, the kick is the best option. They just need to get the kick right. That needed to be higher, so Hopewadi could have challenged for the ball. He got there, but just as the ball was being caught by Jye Gray. When they do get down this end, the kicks need to be near the try line and high enough for the chase to get there.
Last tackle play for the Rabbitohs. And a kick, Walker's kick long, and a sliding take by Jackson Barlow. By the way, Jake has remained on referee watch. Chris Butler received treatment earlier. He seems to be moving okay. I'll to say that once it cools down at half-time, he might be forced into a... Yep, there we go. Might be forced into interchange referee role. Manly with the ball just short of halfway. Dr. Duke's in the house. Now to Marley for Manly. On their jersey flag, play of the year last season. The Seagulls to Lau. Lawton was almost through the gap there. Good tackle, White, and Jack's had a good night for Souths. He's penalised here, and he doesn't complain about it. But it'll be a pressure set here for the Souths defence again. Manly have had 10 tackles inside the Rabbitohs 20 tonight. Jack White on the report as a result of that tackle. So Seagulls with Bullymore. 19 away from the Rabbitohs line. Keenly contested match so far. Brooks, beautiful shot ball. Manly put it down. Trebojevic.
He nearly...
Knock on across the ground.
He took his time to blow the whistle there. He wasn't sure whether it was a knock-on or a knock-back. Here's the shot from Jack White, and it gave Manly the penalty. Yep, just got him around the... Got him right in the chin. Not a whole lot of force, but certainly deserved a penalty, and there's the... Well, you do have to play to the whistle, don't you? And when there's no whistle... Yeah, play on. Yes. Well, at that stage it was play on. Then he blows it then. He
doesn't blow it. Sure.
So Manly have missed a chance again, and the errors are creeping up for the Seagulls.
But the advice to Luke Brooks there is to go hard. I mean, may as well put it down and the in-goal will try and slide in. You never know. Burgess on that run for the Rabbits. 25 away from their own line, bringing it out of trouble. G-Cam, it's been a really hard-working forward performance from the Rabbitohs tonight. They've shared the workload. That was pretty good hands there from Jye Arrow. Was Walker hit after passing there? We'll have to check that. Cook with it. Over halfway he goes. Cody Walker only now getting up for the Rabbits. Last tackle, he's still got some issues, the South Sydney halfback. Kick from Gray, right to the corner and over the sideline. Walker still with the trainer. But holding high up, sort of right peck.
Well, they don't want it to be a peck, which it mustn't be. Here's the shot. Tommy Talau out of the line, just turned his shoulder.
They both braced for impact, didn't they?
Yeah.
Both Talau and Walker there. So Manly with possession, 3 minutes remaining. Halftime show coming up here on Fox League. Game 3 of Super Saturday. And at the moment, South Sydney in decent position for a 4th straight win. Simpkin on for Bullymore. Has number 8 on his back, coming off the bench for the start of the match, and loses the ball. Manly get a penalty. Well, South Sydney, they could challenge it. Cook may fire this in, and I think they will. Cody Walker, yes. South Sydney going to play their challenge card. 2.5 out from half time.
Captain's challenge on-field decision is a penalty against South for ike interference.
The 32-year-old Damien Cook told the 34-year-old Cody Walker, challenge it.
There's more than one defender in the tackle at this point.
He's got his arm in between. That's Tallis Duncan.
So Damien Cook might be innocent, but Duncan,
And Tallis Duncan pulls the ball out with his left hand.
Dear.
The challenge is unsuccessful.
Oh dear. Duncan is the offender, and Damien Cook was none the wiser to that.
No, why was Damien so adamant?
Yes. I think you've got to check all parties there, Damien. So no more challenges tonight. That aspect of the game is gone. Some of you probably saying that's not a bad thing. Manly with the ball 40 away from the Rabbitohs line. 2.5 to go first half. Simpkin left side for Brooks to challenge again. We love it when he's in a running mood. They probably need a bit more of that. He's only had the one dart at the line tonight. Navali centre field for Manly. He's made every run count so far. Simpkin now. And Talau pulling the brakes on is Hopewadi. South Sydney hold their nerve and making the tackle. Duncan up there for the Bunnies. Simpkin now. Duncan will get him as well. Last tackle, Manly. Need a result inside the final 2 of the first half. Brooks, little grubber and run. Smothered by the Rabbits. And Brooks's knee, I reckon, might have collected Jye Arrow.
He's come in with speed. Hits him with the knee. Just wait, time drop. Contact with the knee.
It's harsh.
Yeah, he did. Well, he was running fast, but
Along with the ones you can't just disappear. I'll throw that in there. Courageous by Arrow, but when you go down like that, you probably expect him to cop a knock. So South Sydney are with it. Looks like they are going to keep the clean sheet again, the Rabbits. 8-0 scoreline. Burgess on a condition night where it is wet in Sydney. And yet South Sydney have completed 20 of 22 sets.
pretty impressive
in the first half.
Pretty impressive in these conditions.
A team that was stone motherless last on the ladder 4 weeks ago. Walker goes short. Gray with it. 40 seconds to go. 3 tackles left in the set. Cook on the scurry. Manly have knocked it down. Lawton forces the knock on. If Souths quickly pack a scrum here, you can
Do something.
throw a little trick shot. Maybe a kick for a Johnston out on the wing. See what they come up with here. Walker right in front of the post, or White in front of the post. They might even think.
Well, it's 4 on 3 out this side. Oh no, someone's just jumped out of the scrum there. They realised they were short down this side. They go to the right.
And Gray's on the run. Good tackle sideways there by Kohler. Rabbitohs, one last play for the half. Kenner, G-Cam. I don't think G-Cam was watching the clock at all. Takes the tackle. 11 metres away from the line. Cook, they will squeeze one more in. Duncan, there's the halftime siren. Walker out to Johnston. Johnston slide and loses it. His suitcase unzipped. Short of the destination. And the best try scorer in our league loses the ball within a metre of the goal line. Wouldn't that have been a result for the Bunnies? 2 tries in the first half. Kenner and Gray the scorers. This was almost the third. The slide the right play, but not quite getting there. Johnston comes up short of try number 192. Half time, it's South Sydney 8, Manly 0. And for South Sydney next week, that will be their 3rd bye for the year. So they've had all their byes over. by round 17. Manly, it will be their second. It really does do your head in. Cowboys are only having their first bye the season this weekend. Trying to work out when and where your team has a bye. Second half, last game of Super Saturday. And a reminder, tomorrow Sunday ticket, Tigers and Raiders from Campbelltown. Navali takes the first run of the second half for Manly. Player on debut tonight. That's his 4th carry. Now for Bullymore for Manly. I say that his shots that came through for Manly room at half-time, they all had their game faces on. Certainly no panic. There's no big rev up. They've got their instructions. And an 8-0 certainly in the contest. Navali another run. 11 metres short of halfway. Seagulls with Bullymore. And on for Lawton. Early success for Manly. Can they convert it to a try? No, they can't. Well, it was almost a case of too many cooks spoil the broth. There were many, many maroon and white jerseys.
Well, there was. Ethan Bullymore looked like he was hitting the ball up, and then a nice pass to Carl Lawton. He should have looked on the outside earlier. Pass just in front of Tommy Talau, but there was Manly jerseys looming up, and Alex Johnson was in and around those players, but he went for Aaron Shop. Tommy Talau takes that. I just think it was a really, and that was in slow motion. We saw that replay, but he looked very late, Carl Lawton, to his right. But nice play from Manly. Navale with a couple of good runs, along with Bullymore.
Their first genuine line break of the night, and it's come after 1 minute of the first half. Good sign, Manly.
Yeah, a bit of life in the Seagulls after the break.
Rabbitohs on their 20. And Duncan will take the carry. So they've got to young Liam LeBlanc sitting on the bench, waiting to make his NRL debut tonight. Marmazelis also, and only had a couple of minutes last week against the Bronx. He wasn't used in the first half. Kalamatangi has lost the ball. And there are no challenges left for either side in the second half. So you might see a little forcing of the envelope by both teams. And not much Kalamatangi can do once the referee's whistle is played.
Yeah, certainly a little hand in there, but he regained it. But that was enough to have the ball go Manly's way. And a very rare thing in the opening 40, South Sydney error. But this is the sort of momentum Manly needed. Good start to the second half, now forcing an error.
What about it, Jake, at halftime? They look pretty cool and calm about things, Manly.
The message from Anthony Seibold, guys, just wants a bit more patience in good ball as they're attacking the South Sydney line. He didn't want them pushing passes too much. He also wants his edge defenders making better decisions when they're defending their line. I believe they panicked a little bit, and that led to those 2 South Sydney tries. For Rabbitohs coach Ben Hornby, really happy with the control in the conditions. They completed 21 of 24 in that first half, but he won't be happy with that start, that error to Keon Kalamatangi, putting them under pressure here.
Well, this is a chance for Manly. 15 metres away, Jake. So now on that run, playing in the back row. Navale just did another good run. He really looks physically ready for the NRL. Here he is again, that time a little flat-footed. 10 away from the line, last tackle Manly. Simpkin there, up to the left with Brooks, right up to the line. And then the brakes are put on for Hopewadi, and that's a timid end to the set from the Seagulls.
That's how they looked when they went to the edges in the first half. Andrew, they had nowhere to go. They ended up stopping and looking to go back on the inside. Nothing's happening in the middle of the field to try and drag the defence in. They're all just... South Sydney's defence is just moving en masse towards the sideline and following the Manly passes. And they're just going laterally across the field, the Seagulls.
And only 2 offloads as well for the Manly side, so they might have to mix things up a bit. In attack the Seagulls, still no points through 45 minutes. The Manly side, Jairo on this carry. And late offload, Cook, elusive, up to halfway, through the centre goes Gray with speed and then intercepts. Saab is back there, his arms as long as his legs. It's snaffling the ball there.
Yeah, he just got himself in between the support play and Jye Gray, who threw the pass. But what about that as a combination? Damien Cook and Jye Gray up through the middle, just tearing the Seagulls apart. Cook getting out of the tackle of Carl Lawton, sets him up beautifully, draws in Navala, and the acceleration of Jye Gray. Scintillating, but pass misdirected.
So bright start to the second half through 5 minutes. Now Navali thrown down in the Burgess tackle. Pass for Manly here. Away for a Brooks bomb. Again, Gray will come into the play. And another run now for Jye Gray, who's up over 100 running metres for the night.
He's got him a couple of times, Tommy Talau. Benny's back. Good shot from Talau playing in the back row.
He's just dusted himself off, and now penalty. Little crusher tackle there on Gagai. The Rabbitohs can do a little stock take here to slow things down. There's a chance once the attacker backs into the tackle.
Hey. Yeah, he could be in a little bit of trouble there, Jake Simpkin, for that.
With Kurt Mann recently with a 2-game ban.
Well, he didn't lift him, but he did come down with force and knew exactly what he was doing. There was no accident there.
Burgess on the run. By the way, Manly still have Condon and James fresh on the bench. Both will be playing their first NRL for the season. Rabbitohs 5 inside Manly territory, and it's Tallis Duncan. Very much, we say it a lot, very much in Cameron Murray mode, that sort of run and quick play the ball. Now Kaloamatangi on the back of the set restart. The Rabbitohs in good position here. Damien Cook to the right for Walker, back in for Burgess. By his standards, it's a quiet night for Cody Walker. As it's Kaloamatangi for Duncan. Just held by Lawton. Cook in a dummy half. Spins out of trouble. Kaloamatangi spins into trouble. And now is just held by the defence. He turned around, did the 180 and just looked up and saw nothing but men. Duncan is with it. Walker, stab kick. Hopewadi to it and doesn't even have to play at it. Yeah, Walker's not quite at his best tonight.
Showed great composure there, Lehigh Hopewadi. Must have been a nervous moment there. Just lets it run dead.
Now counter-attack Manly, Trebojevic. So on the back of the 7 tackle set, that is 1 short of halfway. There's some promising signs for them. In fact, they're promising signs for the game itself. It's livened up a little since half-time. Maybe the points will start to flow. Hopewadi in the line again and taken to the sideline, then passed off the ground. Well, surely he's held, yeah. That is, I reckon that's a good call. He's come to a complete stop, and then in that moment of panic, he sort of got to get rid of the ball. Well, you can't have it both ways. You're either held or you're not. And
again, the well, I can understand the panic because I think his shoulder ended up on the line anyway. Manly should give up on those out-the-back plays. Yeah. Get rid of them. They're not working. Do something else. Attack straight, attack through the middle, turn players back on the inside, look for inside passes. The out-the-back stuff is not working tonight.
Sound advice from Craig Alexander, even more so. Slippery close to that sideline. Manly getting themselves into trouble. Duncan is starting to have a real impact here. Half a dozen runs. Souths are in the Manly half again. Cook and Walker and then Gray. Held up by Kohler. Stung him a bit there, the tackle on the Souths fullback. It's holding left ribs or hip. But still for the Rabbits on play 5. Still inconvenienced is Gray. He's on the right side of the ruck. It's coming his way right now. Walker, floating pass up for Gagai. Last tackle play. Gagai's kick. Chase it through. Hopewadi waited to the last moment to pick it up. Again, not quite the polish in the performance of Cody Walker tonight.
The passes just aren't hitting the mark as crisp as what we normally see Cody Walker find his support players.
Score remains 8-0, the tries. The first one to Kennar was in the 9th minute. The second try was in the 21st minute. And we're now into the 50th minute. So it's a tight one here on a Saturday night at a core. Back away for Brooks. Yet another Manly bomb down the throat of Gray. They put nothing up on the right side, which surprised me. You got Saab on that right side. You know his height, you know his speed. Put something Johnston's way and have Saab attack it. They haven't gone there once tonight. Rabbitohs with the ball with Milne. And then away, Mamazelis is on the run. Up towards halfway for the Bunnies. They have both middle players, Mamazelis and Cook, out there at the moment. Burgess has gone to the bench for Souths. I think Souths are looking to break open the Manly attack here. Cook, Walker, ball for Gray, on for Kennar. Trapped infield there by Barlow. Last tackle, Rabbits. Mamazelis, little juggle there from Cook. Now the bomb. It's right to the corner. And Johnston it is, leaping in front of Saab. Rabbitohs ball, still the last tackle. Bullymore gets back to smother the Cook pass.
Well, the Bunnies are thinking points off the back of their kicks, whereas Manly at the moment are just kicking for field position, and granted that's where they're playing their football because the other side of halfway, but they have to start thinking about points from kicks.
So out of trouble, Ben Condon now out on the field. First time we've seen him in the NRL this year with the Manly side. Brown, floating ball, juggled there by Trebojevic. Seagulls trying to keep that completion rate in check. Another Brooks bomb, again straight to Gray. Hopewadi first man there. Gray beats his fullback opposite and brings it back to the 20-metre line. He's winning that battle. The battle of the two fullbacks, 6 games between them. Gray's had the better of Hopewadi tonight. Their own 30-metre zone. Haven't given Manly much cheap ball, have they, the Rabbitohs, for the better part of the night. Kalaumatangi to Walker, now to Whiten. And a Milne back for Jack Whiten over halfway. A little more free-flowing. No points, the result as yet. Centrefield for Duncan. 13 minutes into the second half, no change to the score. Whiten's the bomb this time. Saab close to his in-goal area with it safely for Manly. Saab tackle just outside the 10, but the Rabbitohs get through another set. This time with Aaron Shop.
That's a better run. That's what they need, Manly. They need to get up well over the halfway so they can start to put some attacking kicks up.
Sending Sipley out there, making a change on the far side of the field. Manly, Sipley was quickly into action and quickly onto the ball there.
This has been a good set from Manly.
Bullymore, the player off for Manly. Brown, real direct running from Manly, then the juggle. That could have pulled him up. Simpkin able to retain possession. Brooks indicates another bomb. Here it is. Brooks, left footer. It'll be challenged here, will it? It's allowed to bounce by both teams. Battered sideways by Manly. If I'm a Manly fan, I'm disappointed in that.
Well, they could see that Jye Gray didn't really want to contest that ball. Once you saw that, if you're a Manly player, you need to make a play at it. They're all around it. I guess half of them didn't even know where the ball was.
In back play, Duncan off for South Sydney. Sean Kepi back into the play. Duncan off beyond the dead ball. I don't know whether he's 100%, Tallis Duncan. Rabbitohs with the ball, and it's Arrow carting the ball up over halfway. Next point's critical in this game. Kalaumatangi On for Walker. And Gray running again. Walker. Little chance here for South Sydney if they want to go left. Cook is with it. Beat one. Then beats another. And offloads. Kepi with the ball for Souths. Manly's defence for a moment there looked very ragged. Souths with one more up their sleeve here. They might move in for the kill. The kick through, and Hopewadi's there in front of Whiten. And we've got a penalty to the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, you've interfered on that one, Jay.
Butler had a clear view of it and interfering with the play.
Cody Walker was very close to running behind one of his players. The lead runner that ran past Cody Walker, he got the kick in just in time.
Maybe if Mitchell was there, they're kicking for 10-0, but not tonight. Kepi to play it, 5 away from the line. Zealous for Kaloa Matangi. 17 hit-ups, 25 tackles. Keon's tally so far tonight. Walker again. It's just not Cody's night. It's nowhere near precision from the South Sydney halfback. Cook this time. Whiten back in for Arrow. There's a time for Jack just to pin the ears back and have a run at the line.
He landed hard, Jye Arrow.
No, I believe he held it. If he did, he hit his head anyway.
Jack Whiten's had runs at this ground on the biggest night of all, grand final night. Left side of the ruck. Little run at the Manly defence. Can you see that happening, Brandy?
I think South would like to see it happen. He made contact with the head, but his head hit the ground awfully hard. Simply might have got him with his shoulder first, and then Arrows.
Well, they might pick him here. Sipley, player in question. The bunkers had a look at it.
We don't need to talk about that. You good, Jye? Tackle 4.
Okay, no penalty. 4 tackles done. White in his position there, left side of the ruck with Kepi. Well, that's astounding. Well, no, it's not astounding because the contact with the ground, but
was heavy.
But without knowing the reasoning of the independent doctor, he might look at the first contact and say, well, that's the reason I'm getting him off. But the bunker didn't see it that way. LeBlanc comes on to play his first minutes in the NRL. Liam LeBlanc,
19-year-old Vossi,
Queenslander, into the fray. Arrow goes off the field, and LeBlanc's first involvement will be to play it in place of Arrow. So the Rabbitohs with Kepi right beside the upright. And hello, time off here.
Friday is still in the field. Play the ball, last tackle.
Okay, a little bit of a mess there. Now finally back underway. And for Walker, looking to switch. Got the kick through, close to the line. And Aaron Schock is back there. Manly line drop out. South Sydney continuing to apply pressure. James getting ready to come on.
Tarsi James, first game for Manly.
Handful of games for the Tigers last year as Brooks with a short dropout. Now that's got the range, and Manly get the result. Well done. And there's your leaper on the right side. I can't fathom how he got a target for a bomb in an attacking position. Saab, he's just proven it there off a line dropout. Caught as clean as a whistle. James on the run for Manly. They're still in the game with 23 to go. Order now, Sipley, the charge, offload, Trbojevic on the spin and the Kennar tackle. Manly threatening to get their first points. Brooks back in field. That's the 5th, so their main bomber out of play here.
Who's kicking?
Hopewadi, it'll be Talau the kicker. He puts a kick up and finally Saab contests. Got in front of Johnston but put it down. So when we talk about South Sydney Walker lacking the polish, Manly really collectively lacking the polish to finish off sets here tonight.
Yeah, there doesn't seem like there's much of a plan at the back end of their sets. They're kicking just for the sake of kicking.
Well, they needed more.
They're not targeting anyone, and they're certainly not kicking to their strengths.
Well, the block on the run there. They didn't react to the fact that their main kicker was tackled on play 5 on that previous set. Now Wyden with the ball. Wrapped up by James. So all bench players have seen football now. Kepi, good run. So a pretty good night, Sean Kepi. Last tackle, Rabbitohs. Whiten kick. It's to Saab. Johnston there. Johnston ball. Offloaded. Cook. Floating pass. Infield. Big tackle made by Jackson Barlow.
Let it go, please.
Stops Michael Cheekham 5 metres out from the line.
But against South Sydney, kick and Alex Johnston's come up the ball a couple of times now, and they've almost been able to do something off the back of it.
Saw the shot there of Duncan. He didn't look right when he came from the field, and now getting treatment on the sideline. You watch the replay box. Johnston, clean catch in front of Saab.
Well, not a huge amount of effort there from Jason Saab. He allowed Alex Johnston to go up and play it there.
At 8-0, Manly still in the contest. You think if South Sydney was to get a converted try, Manly don't have 3 in them, but they've certainly got 2 in them. That pass was dusty. Thrown back, bounce forward. That's play on. Saab with the ball. That's all fine for play on for Manly there. It's allow on for shot. This time forward to Lau. Nathan Brown. Cut up through the centre. Last tackle. Brooks in position for the kick again. Here we go. Bomb again to Gray. Chases it there. And Gray's got the ball for the Bunnies. In front of Hopewadi.
Yeah, just out of the reach of Hopewadi there. Gray's done a terrific job. He's got a cramp.
Richie, bring it in, Cody. Comes off tackle.
Most pressure Manly have put on Jye Gray for quite some time, and he was up to it. That's a great take.
All right, Brandy, I'll give you something to monitor the last 20 minutes from the great team that is the Fox Sports Lab. We said there's a great tradition between these clubs. It's the 151st meeting. Only once have South Sydney kept Manly scoreless. Do you remember the day? Do you remember the day? 1949? 75 years ago.
On the hill.
The only time that Souths have kept Manly scoreless. Can they pull off the double tonight, 75 years later? Kaloamatangi with the ball for the Bunnies. And now they're off. Kenner away. Gagai with the ball. 15 metres away from the line. Put a move on Hopewadi. Just comes up short. Last tackle. Rabbitohs. Manly might have been offside. Gray across. Still on. Walker's kick. Tried to be stopped by Manly. Taken on the toe. Play on for Johnston. He passes. And knocked on by Saab.
Well, great play from the Bunnies down this right side. Kaloamatangi, plenty of room to move, stepping away and across the face of a number of defenders. Richie Kenner links with Gagai. Gagai step on Lehigh Hopewadi, just got enough of him. Then the big shift out to Cody Walker. The kick found feet, hands and lots of other things. Jason Saab.
Get a take. Well, feet, hands, and...
Well, it was ricochets off every part of his body.
True. No, I think you're right. Well, this game can't go without a Cody Walker try assist. With Manly so down on personnel, surely this is the set that Walker steps up and puts on a 4-pointer. The Rabbitohs 5 metres away from the line. With it is Kepi. Be sweet to score here tonight. Only a metre away. Marmazelis for LeBlanc. He'll have a little burrow at them. Brown is the defender. Still for South. 3 into the set. Cook out to the left. Kept going. Walker trapped by Shop. No joy there for Cody. Johnson. Back of a slow play the ball. Whiten to Cook. Goes a little crab-like there. Then Manly make the tackle. Last play it is. Playmakers are on the left. Here they are, and again the Manly defence on Cody Walker. Lawton makes the tackle. It is just not Cody Walker's night.
But the outside, the players on the outside of Cody Walker there overran things. So he went to kick the ball, but they're all offside. He couldn't kick. He had to stop, looks, stops, almost dropped the ball out of his hands to get his foot to it. Then had to re-catch it and think about something else because all these players on the outside were in front of him.
No points in the game since the 21st minutes. 8-0 scoreline. A high tackle. This'll help Manly.
Penalty 7-3 now.
No.
7 the Bunnies, 3 the third penalty for Manly tonight.
Second high shot from Whiten for the game.
And this has got to be leading to something. This kick from Brooks.
Jackson report. Let's go.
Not unlike the first half. High tackle from Jack White. That's been 2 of the 3 penalties conceded by Souths.
We got manhandled there.
James by the 2 Rabbitohs front rowers there. Moali and Kepi. Sipley will take the next run. A galloping run at that. 29 metres away from the South Sydney line. 16 minutes to go. Manly fighting hard. Brown and Brooks across field. Straighter runner this time. That's better. Hopewadi offload. Lawton play on there. Through the centre to Lau. 11 from the line. LeBlanc, the defender, low down. Lawton for Brown to cheek up to the line. Set restart, Manly. This really is the chance for the maroon and white. Lawton to Brooks. Steadies it up for James. Tackled on 2 in front of the posts. This time Lawton. Brooks better. Talau. 1 missed tackle. A second missed tackle. And Talau rolls over.
Tackle 3-1. Over no try.
Oh, no try.
Lead run in the line here.
The call.
There was a decoy that went through.
Just looking at the lead run of Ben Condon. He stops in the line, runs at the body of Keon Koloamatangi, and Tommy Talau runs back through this gap, and an advantage is gained. We have a decision.
Ben Condon not on the field for long, but
He was hoping to be the super sub, Brady. He's got himself in a position there where he just had to get through the line.
just a bit of footwork, something, step to the side, pull up before you hit Koloamatangi. Tommy Talau denied, but
8-0 it remains. 15 minutes to go. Our last game on this Super Saturday. Tigers Raiders coverage tomorrow, but of course a big post-match show tonight in advance of that. Moali on that run. All double-figure carries for Kepi, Cheekham, Arrow, Koloamatangi, and Moali tonight. They've worked hard, the South Sydney pack, in the conditions. Away from the line. And Moali this time getting it going left, and Gray, soft error, unforced error. So Rabbitohs turn it over cheaply. Manly stay in the game with Saab. First error of the night really for Jye Gray. He's featured in a lot of numbers. Coming back down the tunnel for South Sydney.
Souths really haven't had to change the way they've played, the way they started the game. Very strong performance from their middles. Not too many risks with the ball.
James held up there in the tackle.
Whereas Manly might have to start taking a few risks.
Tackles up their sleeve here. Brooks, Trbojevic. Few offloads this second half from Manly. They've threatened a few times. Now for Brooks, big line to the right side. Lawton along Brown's ball, got it back himself. Popped up, got it back, touched by the Bunnies. South fans not happy with that.
Here's another chance for the Seagulls.
Manly get a full set. Sipley will take this one. Great tackle there, LeBlanc. That's a good moment on debut. Hitting a front rower one-on-one. Lawton to Talau. Drop back for Shop. Rabbitohs getting numbers there. 2 tackles into the set. Right side with Tommy Talau again. He's got a little bit of white line fever now, Tommy. He's 4 metres away from the line. Lawton in front of the post. James has cut down. Good tackle there, Moali. Lawton for Manly. Brooks with a ball. Out the back for Kohler. Kohler close to the sideline. Drops the ball. Tolu Kohler has been out of sorts tonight.
Middle. Clock's on, boys. Head in, Nathan.
With a long ball from Luke Brooks, gave Tolu Kohler just a little sniff, but when you look at it from that angle, Richie Kenner was there. He was sliding out. And there's been no joy for Manly on the edges tonight.
Minutes to go. That's enough time. But Manly got to try and find first point somewhere. It's like the Rabbitohs have gone on with it. They've had 5 line breaks tonight, South Sydney. Johnston went close to a third team try right on half time, but you couldn't say they've bombed tries or situations where you thought they're going to run away with this. Not at all.
No, Manly 1 line break, and that was early in the second half when it was Bullimore and shot linked.
Long short of halfway there. Offside, Walker. Time to run for Wyden on the Milne. It is rare that Alex Johnston sees anything on the left. We've watched the last 3-4 weeks. No moves end up with Johnston. The tries have stopped. Manly with the ball off the kick. Hopewadi has it for the Seagulls. So 69 minutes without points, Manly. Walker may have thought he'd forced an error there. Jackson Barlow for the Seagulls.
Manly are down, but they do. There's only one player making his debut tonight. These are first graders. They're all first graders.
So now Lawton. Well, he's tried hard. Carl Lawton playing in the halves tonight for Manly. Brown now back in with Bullimore. Bullimore trapped centre field. Last tackle. So can you put up a bomb, Saab's wing? No, they're not. Brooks goes again for Gray. They're bearing down on the South fullback, who bravely stands his ground again.
So they're not looking for field position. At some stage, Manly have to be looking for points. You don't want field position. That almost doesn't count now. You're just inside the final 10 minutes of the game. You need to put up a kick or kick the ball for points.
Burgess had a good chance to get the Rabbitohs outside the 30. So doing some little things right here. The Bunnies, Kepi to follow up. 15th carry of the night for Sean Kepi. I dare say this has been his best game in the red and green. 20 tackles as well, and it's come up against his former club. Wyden kicking on the last tackle. Big bomb. Hopewadi with it for Manly. A territory game being played by South Sydney. Manly have it outside their 20. Now 9.5 to go. Time to try something. A spread of the ball early. Kohler with it for Manly. Jukan got across there with Moali. Brooks. Back to the one-up run. Jackson Barlow on play 3. We've got to try something.
Maybe it's a Nathan Brown offload.
Well, yeah.
Or pre the line.
Well, Talau a poke over the top to Gray. That was not what you were about to say. Was required. A Tommy Talau kick for placement in the corner. That may have been 45 on your list, Brent. The Tommy Talau poke over the top. Johnston held. Cook comes back on for the Bunnies, their 7th interchange of the night.
That was a head-scratching play, from Tommy Talau.
That's on the days for a goal. Played by Wyden. And a slow, almost tired play the ball pass. Walker now, Gray with it. And along for Richard Kenner. Now Gray and centre field comes Cheekham. Tackle South's Cook for Walker. That a result from the bomb in the second half. Can they get one here? No. Hopewadi falls on the catch. But again, Manly start a set deep inside their own territory.
And that's all South have to do. South have to... They play the field position game. They're up 8-0. They kick down to the try line and make Manly work it off their own line. Luke Brooks has to move from the left side of the field to the right. He has to play both sides of the field, not just be stuck here on the left. Play both sides.
Tall sort of halfway. Seagulls, Brown, and Talau. Now they've stretched it a little wider. Trying a bit of speed. Shot. He was in position to offload, had to pull it back in. Head hit the ground hard there. Condon with the ball for Manly. Play number 5. Is there something more than a Brooks bomb? He's with it. No, there's not. It's the Brooks bomb again. Out it comes. Back Barlow. Play on Manly. On the deck for Brooks. Watch out a second kick. He offloads for Kohler. Now there's a chance close to the post. Kohler kept it alive. Navali over the top. Wasn't touched. Hopewadi a Hail Mary. Right over the top. Maybe knocked forward from Saab. Kick through. Gray's on the end of it. And it goes over the dead ball line.
Well, there was a bit of excitement. And the Luke Brooks kick was contested. That was the difference. It wasn't a great kick, but it was contested. And a Manly player knocked it back, and they played on from there, and they went out to the right, and it got a little bit crazy, and they nearly came up with a 4-pointer. Aaron Shop, as we watch it go from one side of the field to the other, Shop gets a kick in. Jye Gray, great composure there, just to hold his nerve and not play at the ball to give South the 7-tackle set.
Anthony Seibold sort of gave the impression he's not on his way out, but it looked like, oh, I'm packing up now. That's not how we train, but they almost got a result there. Cook's now on the run for the Bunnies. Some confusion, then has to keep running. 40 metres away from the line. Fox Sports Labs come up with another big number, Brady. Stand by for that. As White kicks over the top. Chases back. Sabers with the ball. Does a little spin.
Well, that was a 0-tackle kick there. They just got a set restart, South Sydney.
So 1949 since Manly have been kept scoreless against the Bunnies. When was the last time South Sydney won a game scoring 8 points or less? You may remember that one. You were a player. Maybe not in the game, but it was in your career.
In the 80s.
Yes, it was. So last time South Sydney scored 8 points or less and won was 1989. Their minor premiership winning year. Had a lot of rain that year. But the Rabbitohs won with a modest tally, which they're on course to do tonight. Trebojevic with it. Manly, if you can just find the try, things light up here. 8-0 scoreline, last tackle. How about they go for a Brooks bomb? He's got a bit of spiral about this one. Rails with it for South Sydney. Probably tired of the Brooks bomb, I've got to be honest. There's been 55 of them tonight. There's got to be something different in the last 4.5 minutes. Oh, over the sideline.
Here we go.
Sliding over. Gagai failed to treat that sideline as a precipice. And South Sydney, bit of self-imposed pressure here. He had to do better than this.
Well, it was a big ask to get around both those players. One of them, Tolu Kohler, he did beat him, but Ben Trebojevic drags him down and just can't get rid of it quick enough.
It gives Manly a chance. A set inside the Rabbitohs half. Unexpectedly, they get the ball. Now they need to capitalise. Lawton, can you believe it? Manly can still win the game. Brown to Brooks. Brooks offloaded. Kohler's suddenly starting to be a bit of an element here. 20 away from the line. Hopewadi, high ball, horror ball. It ended up in the hands of Bullymore. Again, that wasn't rehearsed. Manly with it. 19 metres away from the Rabbitohs line. Lawton, right for Brooks, goes up to the line. Condon loses it. Well short of the super sub. That South Sydney have the ball. It's become very clunky for Manly.
Well, that was disappointing. That's early in the tackle count. They've turned it over. The time is slipping by now.
So no points since the 21st minute of the match. as we go to the 77th minute now. That's quite a period without points. Arrows on the run here. 5 short of halfway. He's been in the wars a bit tonight. Stays down on this play. The bunker reviewed this and found something. Yes, it hurt Manly. Left shoulder up under the chin there. Cocked him right. It wasn't a point of the left shoulder. Cocked him right on the point of the chin.
Yeah.
No, this is going to be a result for South Sydney here.
Let the process happen. The way you speak then is completely unacceptable. You know where you'll find yourself if it happens again.
So,
yeah. Yeah, you got a penalty, okay? What you did is unacceptable, okay? Yeah, I get it, but there's
you know what he
still
did?
a time and place for that.
No idea.
There's your mark.
Let's hope you did it. That's what you're playing footballers, Brady. Don't throw me under the bus. So, final 3 minutes of this one on Super Saturday. And the Rabbitohs, can you believe it? 4 straight wins is right there in their grasp, just about. Away for Davey Moali. This might be shades of 55, the comeback of the Rabbitohs. When Churchill kicked the goal from the sideline with the arm in a split. Rabbitohs a 10 away from the line. Koloamatangi now. It's become a drought, a try drought in this match. Cook to Walker. They've got it moving. Wyden to Milne. He doesn't give too many balls to Alex Johnston, Tane Milne. So still with the Rabbitohs. Arrow, Cook old pass. Scooped up by Gray. Gray looks to explode through. Krabojevic hangs on the tackle. Last it is for the Rabbits. Right on the line. Cook's got it to the end goal. Claimed there by Koloamatangi for South Sydney. It's been quite a wait between tries 2 and 3. But you can lock it in, Eddie. Souths have won 4 in a row.
Well, and no one deserves a try more than that man, Keon Koloamatangi. He's had a remarkable month of footy since he's been moved into the middle, playing in the lock position. The Harvey Norman replay will show Jye Gray almost opening them up. Krabojevic makes the tackle off the back of that Damien Cook. Very clever. Just drops it onto his foot. Matangi, oh yes he does. Yeah. No doubt about that. Try confirmed. Had to stretch a long way to get his hand on that ball. It was going away from him. Terrific stuff there from Keon Koloamatangi. 21 runs, 185 metres, 3 tackle busts, 35 tackles. He's had a game.
Well, forget the 89 stat, the 8 points or less, but the Manly kept scoreless stat. This is 75 years since the last and only time it happened. Rabbitohs and Manly, 12 points to 0. Cody Walker, he gets this, sure. He gets this.
Got last 10 on it.
Cody Walker, beautifully done. Kicks his first goal since 2016. And South Sydney lead by 14 points to 0 in advance of another bye week next weekend. They will go in a period where they'll have won 4 in a row and had 2 byes as well. 6 weeks without defeat.
Well, that's an amazing turnaround, isn't it? For a side that just could not win a game. That was a great slow-mo shot of the put down there by Koloamatangi.
And that defies logic. So Manly then don't even go a short kickoff at 14-0.
Let's play field position.
Well, let's play field position. There's McKees, I'm on the way out. Come on. Yeah, but they're fans that have turned up here. You're entitled to go short kickoff.
Tom knows the rules.
They just have to touch it. So not only do they not go short, they put it out on the full, going long. That's not Manly's smartest night.
No.
Is one way of summing up
No. That's
what's happened here.
He's saying that exact thing.
That's bizarre, though. That is bizarre.
No, we're just waiting for a ball.
You know, no matter what the score is, you look to get the
Come
ball
on.
back, don't you?
Of course you do. Points. Big points here.
So Rabbitohs with the ball. Kalamatangi will take the run. And you Rabbitohs fans, you can sit pretty again. No match for a couple of weeks. After the bye, Manly also have the bye next week. But their inconsistent season, struggling to win back-to-back. That'll do us. Only one try in the second half. 2 in the first. The Rabbitohs run continues. You stop short of saying it's the raging Rabbitohs, but 4 in a row sounds pretty good. South Sydney have turned their season around and continue to win during the Origin period. Full time at Accor Stadium. South Sydney 14 for the first time since 49, keeping Manly's scores.